Good morning, Print Fam. Happy Thursday. Hopefully today will be a better day. I've got a one-to-one in about 15 minutes with a BNI member. For those that aren't aware of BNI, I think it's going to pop up here, the video there. I'll link it down in the description of what is BNI. And then a one-to-one is where you get together with an individual BNI member and talk about your businesses. So you talk about kind of who you are, introduce yourselves to each other, and then talk about each other's businesses, give each other ideas, see if you have any potential referral networks or partnerships. I'm meeting with a guy that does home inspections, so I'm not a great referral partner for him. His good referral partners are typically like loan officers, real estate agents, title companies. Not that I can't give him referrals or won't give him referrals, they're just not people that I'm immediately connected to. And just like him, he might know a few other business owners that he can pass stuff to me, but again, he's typically dealing with just homeowners. So, but we'll see. It'll be good to meet with him and get to know him and stuff like that. So we're just going to do that online, since I think we live about 30 minutes from each other, so we're just going to do it via Google Hangouts or Meet or whatever Google calls it these days. And then just a bunch of work to do. Gotta try to get the white toner working today. Bob's got a 12-piece order and I've got like a 7-piece order that I need to use it for. So hopefully we can get it working and that like spotted white issue resolved. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Alright guys, the white toner seems to be working now. I didn't do anything other than not use it for a couple of weeks. So, who knows? So Bob's got an order. There's 12 of this design, 12 of another design. And then I got to marry them with the B sheet. And they have to be done in the next 50 minutes. So, wish me luck. Hey guys, so I'm designing this business card. I actually got it from the customer. They sent me a picture of it, and what I ended up doing was they told me they got it from Vistaprint, so I found it on Vistaprint and downloaded the preview, and then that was a higher resolution, so I was able to auto trace this to make it look good because they messed up and put the wrong suite number. But I wanted to show you what I do when I set up basically my artboards. This is going to be a double-sided business card, so they have English on one side, Spanish on the other, and I'd like to put this magenta square around it, which shows me the actual size of the card. The artboard itself, I do a 1/4 inch bigger on both sides, so a business card is 3.5 by 2, so I do it 3.75 by 2.25, but then I put this magenta box here so that I know where to keep the design within. And then since it's a double-sided, I just add a second layer. If I was outsourcing this, then they require their files to be separate, but since I'm doing this as an internal print, then I like them to be together because then it makes it easier to impose them. So I've got this designed, I've got it saved, so at this point what I do is I delete the layer that has the magenta boxes. So yes, I want to delete it, and then I select the whole thing and do Control-Shift-O, which outlines the text, and then I save it as a PDF. So then I can take that PDF and open up my Fiery Command. Drag and drop, and I right click and go to Impose. Then let's shrink this down so you guys can see. I choose my template. It's number 1. It is double-sided, and it lays everything out for me. So then I can just hit the X. Yes, I want to save it. Double click so the property windows comes up, and in this case I'm doing it on the Tango paper and in color, and everything else should be right. So now I just click print, and it's actually going to wake up the printer and print a single sheet so I can check it, and as long as it looks good, I'll print the rest of them. Alright, I've got the business cards printing in the other room, and right now I've got a couple of posters printing on the large format. This is just a 30-inch wide poster paper. They wanted the 8 deadly sins or something, and it's all about production management and fun stuff. So they wanted 4 of these that they can hang up in their office. So we are going to print them on the latex, and then this is going to be the first time that I'm going to attempt to cut them on the cutter. So anytime I do it for the first time, I always make sure I have extra media waste down here so that I can print, or not print, but just tell the Plexi software to cut some squares to make sure I have the pressure right. So we're going to try that, and I'll show you what I get it set to. So we've got the cards coming here. Since the Duplo is slower than the printer, I'm going to get some loaded. And here on the PC Manager, we'll just tell it to go. You can see I've got the first batch there tested, looks good, so we'll get the rest going. Alright, Print Fam, I tried a bunch of perf settings, and initially I thought I would have to do more than what I do for adhesive vinyl, but that is not the case. I initially had my perf cut set up for full pressure of 400 and flex pressure of 300. No, I've pretty much halved it. So my full pressure, I'll just show you. So I've got my full pressure at 250, my flex pressure at 150, and it was perfect. So it was, all right, apparently I stopped filming. So let's try this again. So this is the one I went with. Then there's a couple, you can see the nicks, which is perfect because that held it in. And the initial one I did, it got bent because the roller caught it. But this was the 400, 300, and then I dropped it 50 on each, so 350, 250, 300, 200, etc. So I kept dropping it until I found the one I liked, and it worked perfect. So now I'm going to cut the rest of the job. All right, Print Fam, worked a little extra long today. It's almost 8 o'clock. I got the posters completely done. There, oh, they're right here. I rolled them up so that I could deliver them tomorrow. I'm also working on a Mac for them, so I've been messing around with that. I couldn't get it to install, so I threw the hard drive in a different Mac, installed iOS on, or not iOS, Mac OS on that, and now I've put it back in here. So the joys of IT. Got that done because it's also for them, so I wanted to deliver it at the same time tomorrow. The big project for tomorrow, though, is threading those 12 cones and getting a bunch of hats done. So that's the primary objective for tomorrow. So we'll show you how that turns out. Well, I really think that's about it. I didn't meet either goal today, but we did bring a little bit of money in, so that's good. Yeah, life. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you being here. If you have any questions about what I do, why I do it, how I do it, etc., leave those questions down in the comments. If you want to support the channel, you can do so with the links down below. Thank you, Cam, for editing the videos. We'll see you next time, Prep Fam.